It's no secret that the success of Propspeed lies in the application method. Here are our top 3 tips to maximize the performance of your Propspeed coating. Tip number 1. Surface preparation. The tenacious adhesion of the Propspeed etching primer and clear coat is entirely dependent on the surface preparation. First, you must ensure that the surface is abraded to an 80 grit profile. You will need to entirely remove any old Propspeed before applying a fresh coat. Clean the surface thoroughly with the blue Prop Clean wipe. Immediately remove the residue with a clean, dry, white cotton rag. Repeat until there is no residue remaining. The next step is to condition the metal surfaces with the red Prop Prep wipe. Remove any residue with a clean, dry, white rag until there is no residue remaining. Prop Prep is acidic. Extra care should be taken when wiping the surface. The Prop Prep solution does not contain corrosive inhibitors, so the treated surface should be coated and primed with Propspeed as soon as possible. Tip number 2. Mixing the etching primer. Upon opening the can of etching primer base, you will notice that the yellow pigment has settled to the bottom. Thoroughly mix the etching primer base before adding the etching primer hardener. This should take approximately 2 to 3 minutes. Note: failure to thoroughly mix the etching primer base may lead to premature hardening, inconsistencies, and short life expectancy of the final coating system. Once a homogeneous mixture has been achieved, pour the etching primer hardener directly into the etching primer base can. Mix together the 2 etching primer components. Pour the required amount into a clean disposable paint tray. Any product not used immediately can be resealed and left in the can, in the shade, for up to 6 hours. Tip number 3. The dry to touch test and recoat window. The Propspeed system requires 2 generous coats of etching primer and 1 layer of clear coat. The most important part of this application process is adhering to the recoat window. The timing of each coat is essential to enable the required chemical bonding between coats. Apply the first coat of etching primer with a brush or roller. Wait approximately 3 to 5 minutes before applying the next coat. Use the dry to touch test method to check if it's ready. What is the dry to touch test method? Take your gloved index finger and touch the wet etching primer. If it leaves a small print on the primed surface but no etching primer transfers to the fingertip of your glove, you can begin applying the next coat. The wait time between coats of etching primer is very important and must be adhered to. Make sure you have some idea of how time is progressing. Using 80 degrees Fahrenheit as a benchmark, you have 3 to 5 minutes from the start of applying the first coat of etching primer to the start of applying the second coat. Know what the ambient temperature is when starting. Cooler temperatures will lengthen the recoat time between the 2 coats, and warmer temperatures will shorten up the recoat time. The same 3 to 5 minute rule applies between the second coat of etching primer and the clear coat. Planning and preparation is key when applying Propspeed. Keeping these 3 tips in mind will help you achieve a great result.